Good evening, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, welcome. My name is Jordie James, and thank you so much for joining me for the next 15 minutes. It's been a very interesting couple of weeks for me. Yes, I was off last week, but I'm back this week. So what I was going to talk about was, this last full moon has been a little bit cray-cray. It has been nuts. A lot of people are feeling the effects, both good and bad, so both positive and negative. And what was really interesting for me is over the last sort of week or so that a lot of things have been releasing, a lot of things have been really letting go even before the full moon. So what we expect of ourselves and what we expect of others, it can be a little bit daunting to a point where we need to start looking within. And it's important when we do that because, especially when we've just gone through a full moon, that it's really important to sort of go within and say what no longer serves us anymore, what is not there for us, what is not feeding our soul or our spirit anymore. So it's really interesting because I pulled a couple of cards today from my beautiful deck, Queen of the Moon Oracle, which I thought was very appropriate this week. And one was discernment. And it's really interesting because when I pull this card for discernment, I get straight drawn to the clouds around the beautiful head of this of the illustration. And for me, when it's cloudy around the head, it just means that we're overthinking or we're not allowing ourselves to be the observer of things that have been there and then come back. So it's always important to release that overthinking. And we can do that by journaling, we give gratitude, we allow ourselves just to take that space of breathing into our mind and releasing what no longer serves us. But I've just noticed over the last couple of weeks, a lot of people that I've seen or a lot of people that I've sort of talked to, there's a lot of releasement and a lot of we have been in the universal hibernation 2 years for the last 2 years, and we're only just really coming out of it now and trying to find ourselves and adjust ourselves to the new normal. And it's interesting because we are nearly back to the normal, but now how we are really sort of now saying there's a lot of, I want to say immune deficiency at the moment because a lot of us have not been out to get that immunity and not out to be all that sort of reference of receiving so we can build our immune system up. It's the same with energy. We need to be out there and build our energy. But going back to my point is making sure that when we do get to an overthinking phase or we worry about something, we write it down or we talk. The biggest thing is getting it out. Don't allow it to sit. Don't allow it to sit in your energy. Don't allow it to sit in your mind. Release it. And discernment is also about knowing what to relinquish, what to tell others, but also make sure that you've got a journal or diary. And I do wish that we all really had that sense of making sure that we all wrote in a diary, and it was like a discipline. When we first ever started writing, it was a discipline that we had. So because it's a really good therapeutic thing just to talk to your diary or talk to your journal. So I thought I'd leave that with you this week, but releasing is really important. So whichever way you do it, make sure that you do that little bit of releasement over the next couple of days, even because we're going into a waning moon. So it's really important to make sure you release everything and not hold on to things. And you guys are over in spring, so it's just beautiful. And I have Sarah from New York. Hi, Sarah. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Now, I work psychically with what's going on around you and mediumshiply, which is connecting with loved ones, darling. How would you like me to work for you?
What do you mean? Sorry.
Okay, so would you like me to just connect with yourself with what's going on around you, or would you like me to connect with loved ones?
If you can connect with me and sorry, what's happening
Yeah.
with me, that would be great.
Yeah, sure, not a problem, Sarah. So let me just blend with your energy for a second. Oh, girlfriend, I feel like you just need to take a breath. And I'm not saying that there's a lot of things going on around you, but it's really funny. I was just talking about discernment, and it's all about for you, it's about making sure you set priorities in what you need to tackle first. Would you understand this?
Mhm.
Thank you. I also feel like I'm very it's like I'm very tight in the chest, and I feel like I want to say you can't breathe, which means you're not talking your truth or not speaking. Like, because I know you, gorgeous Sarah, that you definitely know how to speak your truth. You definitely know how to say your words, and people don't step on your toes. But I just feel in the last probably month that you've been feeling a little bit like you can't speak or you can't get things off your chest. Would you understand this?
Yeah,
Thank you.
for sure.
And also, as I release that for you as well, please tell me if I'm wrong. Just say no if I'm not on the right track. But for me, as I blend with you, I just feel like your chest is really tight. I also feel like there might be a bit of grief here as well. And there's a healing aspect. Please do not get upset about healing and grieving the way you want to. Would you understand that?
Mhm.
Thank you. If it doesn't make sense, just let me know because I just feel
No,
like
yeah.
you've lost your voice. It's like you've lost your voice, or you've got no one to turn to, or no one to confide in regards to your grief or your healing, or just have that sense of being able to voice it out. And I know I've got a really good practice where I write everything down on my computer or write it in a journal or something just to because some things we can't say publicly or we can't say to people, but we need to get it out. And I feel like that's an important thing for you. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Okay. Oh, darling, I just want to give you a massive hug because Sarah's not Sarah at the moment. I feel that you, because you on an energetic level, you can be a little pocket rocket when you want to be. You are very much an organizer, like you do a lot of organizing, or you love um, being around people, being around family. But I just feel that there's a bit of a I'm alone, or I just don't feel myself. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Okay, thank you. And it's interesting because I feel like you're going through a major shift at the moment. So there's change, and it's really interesting because I want to go, I'm feeling happy tears for you. So I know there's a change that's coming, or it's just been in the last week where it's been a little bit hard. But I know at the end, put it this way, you're at the end of the tunnel with this. Would that make sense to you? Is this around
Yeah.
work? Is this around work or
Mhm.
family?
At school.
Okay. Yeah. Because I just want to go, there's this massive shift around you where you're just going, oh, yeah, Sarah's not Sarah. I really feel like I just want to go, you feel like you've lost your flame, you've lost your spark, you've lost your, I want to say mojo, to be honest. I just
Mhm.
feel that. But I know, can I just say, I know that there's something that's only just come up in the last week or in the last couple of days where you've just gone, oh, that's starting to relight my fire or fire my sparks up. There's something here that I just want to go, you may be a little bit unaware of it at the moment, but I know there's something
Mhm.
there. It's like I were to go. So obviously you're going to school, you're studying. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm in grad school right now.
Okay. Because it's like I want to go, it's not feeding you or it's like I want to go, it's lost its spark. But you love
Mhm.
the theory of it or you love what you're doing. It's really interesting because I want to go, you are going to be a counselor or you're going to be there to help people in some way, shape, or form. But what you're studying is not where you thought you were going to be. Would that make sense to you?
I'm shifting my interest in like what I'm kind of going into. I'm going from like public relations to architecture.
Okay. Yeah, because I just feel like I want to go, the whole sense of change, don't be fearful of it because it's where you need to
Mhm.
be. But it's really interesting too, girlfriend, because I just feel like you can be a Cancer as well. Like you're always there for others, but sometimes others aren't there for you. And this is why you're feeling a little bit like claustrophobic on your chest. Like you just want to get things off your chest and people aren't listening or people can't hear you. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, okay. Thank you. I also want to say to you, start going and just doing your walks or doing something to get out into the air. It's like I want to go to the park, go somewhere where you can just sit and watch things just go by because I need you to defrag from that beautiful mind of yours. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
But the biggest thing is, darling, I know that you are taking the right steps to move forward. I've only got 90 seconds. So I just want to say, Sarah, you're taking the right steps to move forward, but make sure that you feel it in your heart and get out of your beautiful mind. Does that make sense? Because I feel like you're overthinking at the moment.
100%.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
Yep. You're welcome. And go for that day trip. I want to say you need to go for that day trip. You need to listen to tunes and just go on a day trip and just blast it out and just have a big sort of, we call it brain farts. So basically just releasing that sort of, blah. I feel like you need to go to the forest and yell. Do you know what I mean? And just come back to you because, I want to say you can't fit into everyone's cup. It's you, and that's where you need to be. So, Sarah, may I leave that with you, darling? You're so gorgeous. I just want to come through and just give you a big hug. So thank you so much for allowing me to connect with you, beautiful. You're welcome, honey. And put that big love heart on your chest and go, I love me. All right, beautiful people. Thank you so much. Have a lovely week. Blessings and hugs. And you can always catch me on my Facebook page, Jordie Jane, Psychic Medium. My website is still under construction. So bye for now.